Hi, I'm Lou, and as you can see, I live in the woods and I have mole problems occasionally, and I also don't like to kill moles because I feel like they're really not trying to hurt me, they're just trying to live their lives, but I don't like them in my yard, so I basically chase them down and pull them out and take them somewhere else, and I'd like to show you how to do that. The tools you'll need are a shovel, a bucket. Once you catch the mole, you just put him in there with some dirt in him, and then you can take him off to some wood somewhere, get rid of him. And then a pair of gloves, because you're going to be actually grabbing him. They don't really bite. They're fairly nice. They want to get away, but they don't fight much. And then what I call this is my mole pole. What moles really have over you is they have embedded in your yard some old tunnel systems that are, maybe 4 or 5 inches deep, and they've been there for years, and they can go around undetected. And really what you have to do is rip those tunnels up and force them to create new tunnels, because when they create new tunnels, they bump up, and then you can see them and you can catch them. When they run along in these hidden tunnels, you don't know where they are, and they can pop up about anywhere. So you've got to take out their tried and true superhighways. And I do this with what I call a mole pole. It's just about a 3-foot long rod. This happens to be aluminum, about a 1/2-inch rod. You can buy this from any hardware store. And just it's not called a mole pole, it's just a rod, steel rod. Just ask them for one in the hardware store. Anyway, you dig out, you start where you see the tunnel, some of the ones they've cut recently, and you can follow them, keep following them until you get to a part that you can't see, and then just stick the pole into the tunnel, follow it as far as you can, and rip it up. And then now you push a little further, just kind of wiggle it and push a little further and keep ripping, and you'll be surprised where it goes. And then I'm going to be able to see them coming, because they can run pretty quick through these existing tunnels, but when they have to dig earth, not so fast. You're never going to catch him unless you take it all the way back to his house. You've got to dig up those old tunnels, so you've got to chase them down. The ones that are bumped up in your yard are just, the end of the project. That's where he's going to look for worms or grubs or whatever he's coming for. They like, I guess, centipedes too, which hang out in mulch, and we all love mulch. And but you've got to use the mole pole and just dig it up. You got to take the fight back to his house. Don't let him come to your house. You got to go to his house and dig him out. So that's why you've got to rip it up, and then you'll find where the tunnels really are instead of where you think they are. What we'll do now is just kick all the dirt back in and squish it back down, packing it back in, and this will close off what was his tunnel system. And before I forget, I'd like to share one thing with you. This is called the Sonic Mole Chaser by P3 Corporation. Bought this for about 25 bucks, and it does like absolutely nothing. Anyway, it has 4 batteries in it, and right on cue, a little beeper that beeps every 15 seconds. It's supposed to keep the moles away, and honestly, I kind of think it was a waste of money. Here's another tool I like to use, the garden hose. Set it on jet or power wash, and just blast the areas where we have dug up the trail, just to give it a little extra incentive for him to get out of there. And don't worry about drowning him. These moles have an extremely high hemoglobin level in their bloodstream, and they can go on very, very, very little oxygen. But at the same time, they don't like water, so it'll encourage them to kind of move along, and then we'll see him moving and snag him. I've stomped this all back down, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put down a piece of plastic and then a phone. This is just one of those multi-phones, house phones. You can use a baby monitor if you'd prefer, if you have that instead. I'm just looking for a way to monitor this. I've got another phone here that I'm going to go working in another part of the yard, and then I will set this as a room-to-room monitor so I can pick up any sound. When he comes back through here, which he will later today, you know, you'll hear this. I've used this before. You can hear him moving, and then you come over here and grab him. If you don't have a baby monitor or phone-to-phone monitoring system, just you could stick a stick in his hole, and then you'll have to look out the window from your house occasionally, and if that stick bends over, that means he's down there and he's pushed by, and you know he's on the move. You come out and grab him. If you hear that, that's our monitor, and the mole's moving out there. We're going to go get him. There he is. They're pretty nice guys. They don't bite. They can't really see you, but they have really strong front feet. That's all the bigger they are, but they sure do cause a lot of problems, don't they? He's upset about being caught. We're going to put him in a plastic bucket and take him to forest, where he's not going to bother anybody. Nobody gets hurt. There we go.